Wait, that can be the cold open. we could debate how the Steakhouse 71 chocolate cake would have changed your entire experience over at that other table.
It 1000% would have.
Because our table was having a great time with that chocolate cake. Because that thing was thebomb.com.
It was like a top 3 favorite chocolate cake.
It was amazing. Welcome to Main Street Game Plan.
My name is Kaitlyn.
I'm still Jeff. And and this is my sister Amanda.
Yay.
Our very special guest.
This is the very first guest appearance as a part of our guest series of the Disney World
Main Street Game
Plan. Amanda comes from.
You can say Mandy, it's fine.
Okay,
Right.
well,
okay.
that it is what it is. I wanted to be professional.
I'm Mandy to the family.
She actually has her own podcast, the
Woo-hoo!
ICUThriving podcast. So please go check out that podcast. You want to talk a little bit about like what you do on that podcast?
Yeah. So that podcast is for nurses, and it is for experienced new nurses, anybody that wants to listen. I give tips, tricks on how to thrive in nursing, specifically the ICU setting. And I also have a website, ICU, that's the letters, ICUThriving.com. And it gives you stories, it lets you take classes, it has all kinds of things for nurses. So go check it out.
So while she takes care of your hospital needs, we take care of your Disney needs.
Yes, and we will put all of her information linked to our bio so you can check out her info after you've watched all of our stuff about Disney planning.
Yes.
So with that being said, I guess I'll preface the reason why she is a guest and guest number 1 on our show.
Yeah.
She was on our Disney trip with the family back in
Yes.
February of 2025. I think we've mentioned that a few times on this trip about us taking a family trip, but we're gonna get a little bit of an insight, someone else's perspective on how that trip went and a little bit into their mind of Disney.
Yeah, so it was a multi-generational trip. We had the grandparents, the parents, the Kaitlyn and Jeff.
The in-law parents.
The in-law parents, the kids who were...
We ranged from ages 5 to
75?
70? I don't think anybody. 70?
70.
70.
Yeah, 70.
So that's a 65-year
Yeah,
difference.
it's a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of ages.
So I guess we'll start with the time frame. We were contacted by Mandy, I think a year prior to February, maybe not a full year.
It was a year, yeah. It was about January of 2024.
So I guess the first question is, what made you think Disney World as a family trip?
I think the first thing was the boys. So my boys were 5 and 7 at the time. Yep. Yeah, 5 and 7 at the time. I wanted to wait until a point where they could both walk, didn't nap, ate by themselves, and could go to the bathroom by themselves. So once we've accomplished all those things, then it was time to go to Disney, because that was just, that's just that thing that families do, that you make the big Disney trip. And I knew that we wanted to go as a family of 4, my husband, Dave, and then my boys, and then me, but I wanted it to be a trip that everybody could go to and remember, because like Disney's where you make memories, right?
Yeah.
So that was the start of it.
We made quite a few on that
A lot of
trip.
memories.
There was quite a few.
Yes.
So like, give us the process of how you prepared. Like, how did you prepare for the trip?
Okay, so first thing I did was call these people and say, hey, we want to go to Disney. And they immediately started kind of telling me all about it. Because I've been to Disney. I was kind of like you, Jeff. Like, I went with the band, and I went whenever he was in band. So I was kind of like a groupie at that point. But otherwise, I didn't really know a lot about Disney. So my memory from it was, and like when you're in band too, it's very quick. Like you have you have one day or less to go do as many things as you can, and then that's it. So the last time that I was at Disney was whenever, like 2015, 16, something like that. But I barely remembered it because it was like a day and that was it.
Yeah.
So I knew that there was Disney World. I knew that there were different areas of it, but otherwise I was lost. I did not know. So what I immediately started to do was, first off, to look at all of the different places to stay, because I was told to stay in the Disney bubble. Mm-hmm. And I've never done that before. So I started looking at that. I started looking at prices. I immediately started looking for somebody to help me with that, like a Disney travel agent of some sort. And then, I just kind of started looking at flights and how much everything would be. Started trying to gauge kind of a budget, because I will tell you that I had a Disney fund that nobody else knew about, that I would put money secretly away. So then, and that was like probably for 5 or 6 years that I put money away from my paycheck. And so then when it came time for Disney, it wasn't this huge, like, oh gosh, we're gonna be paying this off until we retire.
Yes.
I had a good chunk of it out of the way, which is nice.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, and it gave me a good, like, we could stay somewhere nice and fun because, we had the money to play with. So.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I think the Polynesian was the first place that we planned.
I remember the phone call or the text message, and she said, "Hello, you're invited to this trip. We're staying at the Polynesian, but you got to pay your way." And we said, "Thank you for the invite. We cannot afford that. Have a great trip."
Yes. Well, we wanted it to be like, again, my family of 4 wanted it to be, we woke up, showed up, we were at Disney, we went and had the time of our lives, and then we went to bed. Like, we did not want transportation, we did not want to stay at a hotel, we did not want a car. I didn't want to pay for food, hence the what's it called? The food bundle?
The
Disney dining plan?
Yes.
The dining plan. I was like, I want to just go and just have the time of my life. And then I very quickly realized that inviting all of my family, that was not going to happen. So we adapted.
We did adapt. Mm-hmm. And I would say it was for the better. I mean, listen, the Polynesian would have been absolutely just diabolically great.
Yeah. But we stayed moderate, which was still an upgrade for us because we normally at that time stayed value. So we stayed at Caribbean Beach. Mm-hmm. And that was really nice. So I think there was we did it where there were 4 groups. Is that right?
There were, let's see, Mom had her own, Dad had his own.
No, there's 5.
There were 5.
Yeah, there was 5 rooms.
5 different groups.
Yes.
And it was all in the same area.
Which was good. I'm glad we were all generally clumped together.
Like, it was a diag. Think of a lightning strike where, you had one at the back, zig, zag, then there were, 2 right next to each other, zig, zag, and then another 2. And it was pretty crazy because you would, go out your door and you're like, oh, hey! I swear we owned that entire building.
Oh, go ahead.
So when we were trying to plan everything and connect everyone's accounts on the My Disney Experience app, that was really fun.
I remember the phone picture.
There was this really fun picture of me with 5 different phones.
We're going to have to find it.
I'm going to have to find that picture. Because we were trying to connect everyone so everyone could see each other's plans. And I think I connected everyone except Gretchen. And I felt really bad, but it was generally fine. Mandy and I could make all the plans, and that's all we needed.
That's true. What were you saying?
Well, to go back to the Caribbean Beach Resort, which I don't know, you guys might do a whole nother video on just, resorts in general. But I didn't realize when I was booking it how large it truly is and how it could have been absolutely terrible for us to stay there. Because so when you have a group that has young kids and then you have older individuals that are not the greatest with, either walking or doing steps or whatever it is, I mean, I didn't realize that we could have been placed in different islands, essentially, because that's what, every area is. So luckily for us, we all got Aruba, I think. Mm-hmm. And they were able to put us in that same building, same area. But oh my gosh, if one of us would have got Jamaica or something, we would have, I don't even know what we would have done. We would have had to send buses to them.
I remember that was a huge concern that we talked about because when we make requests at Pop Century, sometimes we request a king bed or we request a certain section, and like 2 or 3 straight times that didn't happen. Like, we didn't get the king bed or the section that we wanted. So like, when we were like, okay, we're all gonna be in Aruba or we're all gonna be in the same section, I was like, I don't know, we request something and we never get it. So like, what if Dad is in like Timbuktu for Trinidad?
Yeah.
And he's having to take the bus on his own every day. He's gonna end up at Universal.
I know, we were so worried about that.
Yes.
I think we had some type of like pooling power or something because
we
we
did
were a
too.
larger group. Because you think about when it's just you and me making requests and we never get them.
Yeah.
Well, there was 5 groups making a request, and I felt like that was probably a bigger priority, which I really appreciate.
Ours was more cosmetic, like,
Yeah.
versus like serious family issues.
Yeah. And one thing I guess we really didn't think about when we were booking was Caribbean Beach is an older resort and they don't have elevators. So we probably should have thought about that, considering some of the older members of our group had some mobility problems and there were no elevators. So I think we were generally fine with that. I don't know if we were on a high floor, but it could be a problem, you know, maybe in the future as people get older, or, you know,
After you walk 10 miles,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's
a Yeah. lot.
and then you have to come back and climb stairs.
What's 10 more steps?
yeah, exactly. But that was our first time staying at Caribbean Beach, and it was really nice.
What did you think of Caribbean Beach?
I thought it was it does remind you that if you're walking through the resort, you feel like you're in the Caribbean. Like they have the music behind, you know, like obviously you're in Florida, so you have like the breeze and stuff, which we went in February, but it was also a February that was abnormally hot. It was still in the 90s and like still very humid, but you still had that just, you were in a different place. It wasn't Disney. I loved I don't know if they had, I don't think they had multiple pools at that point. I feel like maybe one was closed or something. Or no, they had you have each, like Aruba had its own pool, but then you had the major one in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes, and we didn't get to swim in the major.
We took
pool.
we took the boys to do it for whatever, you know, a couple hours, and it was worth it. It was very fun. I don't know, I've seen people talk about it, but the life vest that they have for children, the best. Like, the absolute softest, like they don't scratch, they fit perfectly. The life vest, amazing. I wish that we could buy those.
That's an insight I didn't even think about.
No, and we wouldn't because we don't have kids, but that is definitely
they provide them, and
pro tip right there.
there you go.
So I guess the next thing is we'll get into the bulk of the trip itself before we get into like the best of everything. Take us through each day, and we'll help you remember what park we went to and what we did that day. Just take us through your mind and what you're thinking, like just what's going through your head through each day. So day 1, the day we get there, I think you guys got there about middle portion of the day. We went to the water park.
We got there early.
We went to Blizzard Beach. Like, take us through the process of arriving at the hotel and getting settled with the family.
Okay. So the first thing I will say is if you are flying, I know that you guys have talked about before, like on your one-day thing, Mears is not a good thing. Mears for this trip saved us.
Mears, sponsor us.
1000%. Mears was the greatest, maybe not the greatest decision that we made on the trip, but like top 5 for sure. We literally got there. I think we had some trouble finding it only because we had a lot of opinions in the group. But once we found it, we got right on the bus and they took us, you know, to the resort. I think they stop at a couple other ones as well.
Yeah.
But superior, the best. Also, we Walmart delivered. We had a Walmart delivery that day. That also saved us from trying, because we didn't have a car or anything. So I highly recommend that for like the times where you're gonna eat breakfast, if like at your hotel or whatever, or you just need maybe a snack or maybe just some electrolytes and a ton of water, whatever it is, you know. Yeah. Highly recommend that. And then we got there, and I know that our rooms, because I think they were trying to place them and waiting for people to clean them, so it took a long time for them to assign our rooms. But I think once we got there, we only had one room that we were waiting on, And by the time we went to the check-in counter, they were super nice, super friendly, gave us everything that we needed, and then we were off and running. I think the rooms were about what I expected because we did a ton of research and watched a ton of YouTube videos on the rooms and stuff like that. So I think everything was what we expected with that. What else did you say? The bulk of getting there?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it for day one.
Yeah, we got there later.
Yeah.
So we did, which we'll talk about, but we did the dining plan. And so when we got there, we were a little bit confused on how to work it. But once we got to the resort and we ordered dinner, which was really good. It was way better than what I expected it to be.
Was it the place, what is it? The Centertown Market?
Yes. Yeah, it was really good. And whenever we saw the first bill, I was like, oh, thank goodness that we did the dining plan.
Yeah.
Which my opinion wavers on the dining plan, like I said, but we got that. It was really good. I think the whole day kind of went ended on a high because of it, and then we prepared for the next day.
Which the next day was Magic Kingdom, and it was a full day at Magic Kingdom, followed by a family dinner in Magic Kingdom at Liberty Tree Tavern. So.
Yes.
Take us through the day at Magic Kingdom, the first day at Disney with the kids as well.
Yes. So the first thing was trying to figure out how everybody was going to get there. So if you don't know, if you're watching this and you have not been to Disney, you need to do research on how you get to different how you get to different worlds? Disney
Parks.
Parks. Sorry,
Yeah.
parks. Not good with the lingo.
That's okay.
That's why they're here. Yes, because Caribbean Beach Resort is on the Skyliner, which is phenomenal for Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Yeah.
You got to take the bus though if you're going to go to Magic Kingdom, and there were a lot of people in our group that were a little bit worried about the bus. So you guys went early.
Mm-hmm. We met you there.
You met us there. We waited for the rest of the group because everybody was just really unsure on how to get to places, how to catch the bus, where it's going. Everybody was just kind of antsy because all of us haven't really been there before. So we finally got the bus, which was not hard to do. So I know we said the Caribbean Beach Resort is really large, but they have a ton of different bus stops, and they also have an inner bus that can pick you up and take you places too. So don't fret if you do go there and you get Trinidad in the back or wherever it is. That's okay. They have bus stops for everywhere. And honestly, the walking distance wasn't terrible for the Skyliner either.
Yeah.
But we got on the bus, which was not bad at all. So I think the first day, it was kind of magical because we got right between the groups of people, and we thought this is the greatest thing ever. We were the only ones on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we got that the first day. It was probably by the grace of God.
It probably was.
Because the other days were not like that.
Yeah.
But the first day we got there, we were like, this is great. Dropped us right off. The boys were super excited to see the castle, to get there. I will say, my family is not super Disney, so the boys didn't really know too much. They didn't want anything to do with the princesses. Whatever. I did, but they didn't. But they wanted to go see I can't remember what kind of things. I guess Pirates of the Caribbean maybe. They we'll talk about that, right?
Oh,
yeah.
It didn't end as well as we were hoping. But there was a whole bunch of stuff there that they wanted to see. So they were very excited. We did that, but we did lightning lanes and planned out our days. So as soon as we got there, it was like a race to try to get to, I think it was Pirates of the Caribbean. That was our first one.
That was
right?
the first one for everyone together.
Yes. And so that's 11 people that we all got together at the same place at the same time.
And we probably should have mentioned before we went, we had a lightning lane party at Mandy's house to try to coordinate, and everyone was there. And that was quite difficult because everyone had different once, and some people didn't want to ride things that were really crazy, and so sometimes we had to split off and make like little subgroups. There was one time when we went to Hollywood Studios, we had 3 different groups of people, all doing different things, and we were trying to get it around the same time, so that way there wasn't much like waiting on other groups. So we started the whole trip with Pirates of the Caribbean.
And so to get my kids ready for, because we again, my youngest was born right smack at the beginning of COVID, so we really didn't go to a lot of amusement parks before this, which probably wasn't the greatest idea. We were at Kennywood for one time, and they rode like the little rides, and that was it. So I went on YouTube and we watched almost every single ride before that, months before that, just trying to prepare them for what was about to happen. I don't know if that was good or bad, to be honest, because when we got to Pirates of the Caribbean, you walk into it, and my youngest was not having it. He did not want any part of this ride. My other one was that was contagious, because then all of a sudden my older one was not having it either. And they pretty much just screamed and cried on the ride the entire time. And I wish that, I don't know if we have the Pirates of the Caribbean photo that we can put up right now, but our faces, like all 9 faces, because the 2 boys were buried into us, were like, what did we do? This was not a good idea. This was a waste of money. Like, what have we done?
It was not a great start to the trip.
That ride photo always catches me off guard, by the way. Always.
It was literally like,
Yeah.
Insert the photo right here. And it's the dumbest photo. We all look like we have no idea what we're doing with our lives.
Yeah, we were rethinking a lot at that point.
I remember we were in the exit queue in the little afterwards, and there were just meltdowns everywhere, and we all thought, oh no, we are doomed. We have like 5 days left. We are falling apart.
Yes.
It is 9 a.m. on a Monday.
On the very first ride.
Yes. So at that point, though, you guys went for Space Mountain, correct?
I want to say it was Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Oh, okay.
I think we ran to go do that real quick, and then we had another lightning lane for Jungle Cruise with all of us together like an hour later.
I believe
Okay.
we
So it gave
did.
us enough time to like get the kids kind of settled, I guess. More on that later.
And like, I want to say it got better throughout the day, but that first day was just a real learning curve.
You think you have everything planned, and if you have just 2 adults that can go, you can plan it very, very well, and it works out really well. But once the kids were the ones, I think, I don't want to say like ruined the first day, but made us say we have to be a lot more flexible for this trip. So the kids were day 1 of being flexible. The adults were the days after, but we'll get
into that.
Get there.
That honestly couldn't be a more true statement because we got rode on that last day, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We went to Liberty Tree Tavern. What did you think of Liberty Tree Tavern as a first time goer?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought that because it was like the Thanksgiving food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
It was.
because we were in the back corner, all 11 of us, and I think at that point I was ready to eat. First off, because I was not ready to do, however, insert. I think it was probably 10 miles a day. I would say.
Yeah.
I was ready for it, but I wasn't ready for it. So in the heat, once you get to the heat and everything else, like then you sit down at one of those places and you just devour whatever is in front of you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was great, and it was all you can eat, right? That was
It was, yeah.
So that was a great ending of the first day. I will also say that my one boy is not a picky eater. He will eat anything that's in front of him, and he had a great time. My other one is incredibly picky. So for him, I had a lot of snacks with me and at the resort because he really, anything that we had dinner-wise or like food-wise, he wasn't going to eat.
Yeah.
two things I can say to wrap up and I guess sum up the first day. Number one, never go to Disney World on the day of the Super Bowl if you're football
I
fans.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yes, that was the day of the
yeah.
Super Bowl.
That was,
Yes, it was.
quite the stir of people that wanted to go back, people that wanted to
Yeah.
stay because we paid a lot of money. Like, that whole thing, like...
Can I say one thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yes, it was the Super Bowl. So we had two people in our group that were not happy that we were at Magic Kingdom at the Super Bowl. So we basically told them, do what you want. Like, that's fine. But I do want to put an insert here because I don't know if we're going to talk about, we rode Tron that day, correct?
We did.
We did.
I just want to insert that because we had one person in our group that had mobility issues. Not incredibly, like she could still walk. She was fine to do that. But she had a lot of trouble climbing over things. So she really wanted to ride Tron. Like that was one of the things that she really wanted to do. Because I will say, I feel like we need to have Dave's brother on here as a guest because he is Disney obsessed and I think that he would really enjoy it.
I agree.
But he told her, like, you need to ride Tron. And she couldn't get her leg over the, like, motorcycle to do that. And if you are somebody, though, that is worried about that, they have a back one that is like a roller coaster. Do not think that you're going to get motion sick by being in the back. Do it. Just go ahead and ride it in the back because she wishes that she would have. And that ride is so smooth, like you don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even know that you're riding it. Like you're just on, like, you know, just flying. So that's my little insert of like, if there's somebody watching and they're nervous about mobility issues, go ahead and still do Tron.
I'm not even a roller coaster guy, but I very much enjoy Tron. So if that helps any of you non-roller coaster fans, like, it's really not that bad.
And like, it really is an awkward ride to get on because it's this like motorcycle type thing. It's really awkward to position yourself right. Even when you lock in, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like if you have thicker calves or, you know, just the way that you have to lean forward. So like, I completely understand having issues with that. But again, like what everyone else was saying, don't be afraid to ride the back part. That's normal, like a regular roller coaster.
I know that wasn't where you were going, but
No,
I was just like, I want to tell somebody.
It's okay. I'd like to pay off my tease for the second point. The people mover, very underrated.
That's my favorite ride, right?
Yes.
That is your favorite ride.
I love. Okay, first off, if you think that it's just like a nice little like ride, like you're just gonna go on a like nice casual walk, it's moving you. It's called the people mover for a reason. Okay, it is moving. But not only that, you're going through all these other rides, and you've got the music and the breeze. That turned my whole day around.
I remember when it was at the end of the day and I was like, Mandy, let's go on the people mover. And she looked at me and were like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know if I wanted it. And I was like, no, get on it. Like, you'll love it. And she did.
It's
because
my
it was
favorite.
So great.
It was amazing.
Sometimes I want to do it twice in one day. Like, it's just that good.
I would fly down there just to do it.
Yeah.
I know, just like we fly down for the nachos at the Atlanta airport. But anyway, that was day one. Day two wasn't as, I don't want to say it was as action-packed as day one. I think a lot more the same. It was the Animal Kingdom day.
We never saw you guys at Animal Kingdom. We were all there.
So
we never saw you guys.
The only time that we saw them, and we'll get to this, was it was the family dinner reservation at Steakhouse 71. So go through your day at Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Animal Kingdom was also by bus, correct?
It was, correct.
So we found out day two that the buses get packed very quickly. And that was a lot. And that started the day off rough because everybody was still standing and everybody was incredibly sore from day one.
Yeah.
So we were a little peeved, I guess, I don't know about that. But once we got there, everything was nice. I will just be honest, like, I do love animals. I don't like zoos though, per se. So Animal Kingdom is not my fave. I will say that I think I missed a lot at Animal Kingdom and I wish I could go back and do it again because I think that I would potentially like it a lot more. But I think everybody was just kind of tired, and I'm trying to think of because we didn't do any lightning lanes there, right?
We did not.
No. So we didn't really have necessarily a schedule. So when we got there, I know that we walked through, what's the big ride there?
There's a couple of them. Are you talking about Pandora or maybe the Kilimanjaro
Pandora.
Safari? Okay.
And the safari. Okay, so we walked to, I think it's the Pandora place, because it was the one where Dad thought it was actually made that way, like all the rocks.
It's about floating rocks? Yes, that would be
way.
Pandora.
And I was like, I don't think that's real, Dad. And he's like, no, that's definitely how it is.
It is
like,
made with steel. The bind in between is steel.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, kudos to them, because some people think it's real. So, you know what? Hey, there you go. I will say that my youngest still was not all about the rides. So he did not, and I did not ride on the safari one. And I think too, I feel like everybody says that you have to get there early because of the animals, which I think is true.
Yeah,
I feel
they're more active in the morning.
Yeah, you need to get there early to do that. And I think that's what most of our group tried to do. Now, I will say Disney, from what I've heard, I didn't try it out, but Disney does have a good rider swap program. Like,
They do. We haven't tried it either.
yeah, you guys should with each other, I think, and just see what happens. just swap.
I don't even know if the rider swap works if it's just one person.
wouldn't.
That'd be super weird.
It would just be awkward. No, they do have that program, so I mean, like, people can use it, which, you know, that I would highly suggest that, especially if you're maybe two adults with like a younger kid or something. But yeah, we went there. I hung out with my youngest, and everybody else went on it, and they said that they had a good time, like it was fine. And then we found the train. And everybody loved the train, like all four of us, and I think Dad was with us, so I'll say all five of us loved the train, but I didn't know what it did. I didn't know that you were supposed to get off and go see things. I thought it was just like a round trip and people got off to like go to different parts of the park. I didn't realize if you walked up there, you could see all these other things and like draw animals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I completely missed it.
Oh, no.
Rafiki's Planet Watch. Go check it out if you haven't. It is... You've got a petting zoo. You've got the...
You can watch animals have surgery.
Yep, that's where they take care of all the animals. That's where you can draw characters. It's like a half-hour session.
Yeah.
I missed it all. And you know what's funny is that the what, they're not called crew members. What are the cast members?
Cast members,
The
yes.
cast member she looked at me and I was like, "Are you good if we stay on?" And she's like, "Yeah." Because I wish she would have said is like, "No, please get off and experience this part of it." But she didn't. She was like, "Yeah, I guess." And I was like, "Cool, great. This is the best." We just rode the train. We didn't go anywhere. We just rode the train. So
I don't even know if I knew that story.
I think I knew it once, but boy, you brought up a core memory with that
yeah.
one.
So we had a great time riding it, but we just rode it. So once we got off the train, I think that was when I think we ate there. We just did like a really quick, again, we were still trying to figure out the dining plan, which I didn't understand how like some things that were included and some things weren't. I didn't understand what counted as a snack versus a meal. I felt like I probably wasted a bunch of meals and like should have done snacks. Like I didn't like it. I was still trying to figure it out. But then I think we made it to the River Journey one. And I believe everybody rode that one. I think we forced my youngest to ride it, which everybody seemed okay about it. I can't remember now anybody melting down. So I'm pretty sure we were all good. And that one was really nice. I enjoyed it. It was calming. And the thing at the end that's fake but looks real.
Our girl.
Man, that's pretty incredible too. I wish that we would have then like left and went back to the hotel and relaxed, but we didn't. Like we made Animal Kingdom a full day until we had to go to dinner, and I will say that I regret that. I wish that we would have kept it shorter, would have went back to Caribbean Beach Resort, took like a nap or did whatever, and then went to dinner, because I think we would have been much more rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I remember right, that that dinner, everyone was a little cranky
Yeah.
at Steakhouse 71.
Well, it took forever. Remember
Yeah.
that?
It's because we tried to all get at the same table,
Yeah.
and then we still ended up getting split up anyway. And like, listen, this is just a side rant. Like, we all thought we were gonna get seated together, all together at a table, because we were told, like, if you tell everyone in advance that, hey, we're gonna bring 11 people and it's gonna be fine as long as you tell everyone in advance, there should be no problem. There was a problem because there was only, I believe, one restaurant the entire trip that we all sat together.
Yeah.
We were separate for every single restaurant.
And this was because we had to do 2 separate dining reservations for basically every meal because we were such a large group. I didn't book our dining reservations. I don't think, no, we travel.
told.
Yeah.
I wish we were able to book them all together, but I'm sure that would have been really difficult at some of the restaurants we wanted to go to get 11 people at one table. So I totally understand why it was done that way.
So key highlights before we get to Steakhouse 71 were the dinosaur ride. Did you end up riding dinosaur?
No, thank goodness we did.
But I know some people rode dinosaur and they loved it. Mom getting sick and throwing up after riding Expedition Everest.
Honestly,
Was that
relatable.
in the same park?
Yeah, that was the one that went backwards, and she got sick because it went backwards in a row.
Yeah, it makes me sick sometimes,
You
too.
know that picture is her contact on my phone.
I didn't know that. And that's why it's such a key highlight.
It's so good too because she didn't want to ride it and she did, and that's oh, it's so good. Yes.
So that was Animal
that's
Kingdom.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I did like that ride though. Good.
So that gets us into Steakhouse 71. Take us through Steakhouse 71. We had a long wait, but we finally got sat down.
We got sat down, but I think it was ordering too, and then waiting for the meal. Like ours, no joke, took an hour. Like
we were waiting on you guys.
I'm pretty sure like our reservation was at like 7, and we didn't get out of there until like 9 something.
We got our dessert before. I swear we got our dessert before you guys got your
And we
entrees.
sat at pretty much the same time.
Yeah,
Like, it was
almost identical. Yeah,
It was a very long time. The steak was great, from what I remember, and I don't remember like. Again, we had the dining plan, so you get an adult beverage, and then you get your entree, and then you get a dessert. I think.
Yep,
right?
and I think you get one side.
Yeah, something like that. So, the meal was fantastic. The
Red wine sauce.
All of that was great. I don't remember what I got for dessert, but it wasn't very good.
You didn't get the chocolate
You
cake.
gotta get the chocolate cake.
The chocolate cake was,
I remember the distinct moment of that entire dinner reservation. We had finished, and you guys had like this little light and airy dessert, like it's like this big. And we're looking over here. We ordered this 7-layer like chocolate cake. I swear it's like this big. Yeah. And we all ordered it. And we're like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever. And they're like, we had this tiny little dessert. And I remember walking past the table going, should have gotten the chocolate cake. And I just walked out of the restaurant.
Yeah, we done messed up. Yeah.
But
I will say too, I was really disappointed with finding out, and this is not against anybody for like tipping wise. I was really disappointed to find out that we still needed to tip everybody. I was under the understanding that once you pay for the dining package, like everything's included. Literally, you just sit down and eat and walk away, which I think would have made the experience a lot better. I get like everybody I tip everybody. Obviously, I'm not like a non-tipper, but it just felt weird because it was like I wasn't at a restaurant, I was at Disney, and I've already paid so much money. I thought that would have been included.
And it wasn't every restaurant. Like, sometimes the tip was included in the service, sometimes it wasn't. And that was the problem with the dining plan, was trying to figure out when it was and when it wasn't included.
Well, and you still had to put it on, like you have your band, and your band's connected to your card, so you still had to put it on there. So even though we paid so much money for the dining plan, at the end I looked back and we still had hundreds of dollars in dining because of tips. And again, I'm not trying to say like that I didn't want to tip people. I just figured at Disney it would have been included.
And was this the meal where they accidentally charged Gretchen for 2 meals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with the dining plan too, you got to watch your receipts. First off, their receipts are very confusing.
Yes, they are.
The receipts make it look like you still owe money.
Yep.
And I don't want to say like they as in like the cast members, but nobody does a very good job of explaining how that really works, because it might even just work different at different restaurants. But yes, some of them had the gratuity included because of our large party. Some of them didn't have anything. It just had the lines written there. You had no idea like how much you were actually going to pay versus what was included. Sometimes people would like ask for like a side extra, and all of a sudden, there's like another charge, and I don't know. It was just really confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was day 2. Mm-hmm. Day 3 was our rest day. We did not go to a park.
But we went to the best restaurant ever.
There was a little bit of concern with, we went to Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary that night. There was a little bit of concern beforehand.
Oh, a little bit of panic.
with us not making it to the resort.
We were a little late.
Because
just a little.
We thought we would be there earlier. And we were on time, but the other family checked in a little early, so their table was it was ready, I swear, 30 minutes, beforehand. And we're like, we are still on the monorail. I think we were Polynesian.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were doing.
And it was taking its sweet old time. It was in no rush.
Hold on, let me be clear. You guys were on time. We were just early for once in our lives.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we were just nervous because the line for Chef Mickey's was getting longer and longer. And I was like, well, we're hungry. I'm not waiting. Because there is no other, they say there's no other tired like Disney tired, but
Yep.
there's no other hunger like Disney when you walked so many miles in the heat and you're like, I want to eat everything. And especially when you look at Chef Mickey's and the amount of food that you can consume, we're we're gonna sit down at this table.
I know a lot of people, I know Dave didn't like Chef Mickey's.
No.
We loved it. Dad loved Chef Mickey's. What did you think of it?
I love the variety because again, I go back to my 2 boys and one will eat anything and the other one will not eat anything. So each one of them at Chef Mickey's did find something to eat, which was really nice.
That's good.
And we got to eat, a lot of different things. They had things from every culture that you could think of. Mm-hmm. I will say that I liked the variety. I didn't think that the quality was amazing. I thought that, yes, you could go and get a ton of food. I didn't think all the food was up to whatever, Steakhouse 71, which obviously it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I thought the quality could have been better. I love the variety though.
And maybe that's because for brunch that day we had Topolino's Terrace.
Oh, we completely skipped over that.
You shot right to dinner. We were ready to go.
I completely forgot we had one of the most epic breakfasts of all time.
That was Mandy's favorite, I'm pretty sure.
It was Dave's favorite too.
Wow. Let's jump back into Topolino's Terrace and let's talk about that.
Just phenomenal.
What did you get?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I remember I got the Eggs Benedict and Gretchen got the steak.
Yes.
And she said it was the best steak she's ever had.
Dave also got the steak and he said it was better than Steakhouse 71. And he had an old fashioned as well. And I've never seen that man. That man was happier that day than on our wedding day. It was, and he will say absolutely yes. That was the best steak that he's ever had. I think I got maybe either the waffles, the Mickey waffles, or maybe the Eggs Benedict, maybe. I can't remember. All I remember is the drinks were phenomenal. The characters were phenomenal.
Yeah, they were.
They were so good. They were just so you have characters and you can pose, but these ones were so interactive and wanting to play and have fun. And I know my oldest was a little bit scared of, I think it was Donald, and we joked and touched his tail, and I thought he might actually get really mad because how sometimes you get
no.
oh no, this character was great. They played it perfect. Like Donna was all over the place, like watching us the whole time, and like even like dancing like 20 minutes later, like he was watching. Like my kids they loved it.
I know we ordered mimosas, I believe, for our drinks, and I don't know specifically what you got, but you got like a dessert.
I want to say it was some kind of like French toast type thing.
Oh, I'll have to put it in the comments or something. I know you got like not like a creme brulee, but you got some.
You did get a creme brulee.
Maybe it was that.
Maybe it was like a bread pudding or something.
Yeah.
It was some dessert, but I remember you said it was really good.
I will tell you that you can walk into that restaurant and literally like spin the wheel on something to order, and it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That place was 100%. I recommend going there.
It's on our list to go back for dinner.
It's expensive, but it's one of those like, yeah, it's expensive, but I will literally pay whatever to get the same food that I just got.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing cinema.
Yeah.
Did you have any other highlights from the rest day? Because I know we weren't with you guys the whole day.
Yeah, well, that's when we went to the pool. And like I said, we love the pool. The pool had slides. It had a deep end. It had a splash pad for the little kids. It was great. Trying to think if we did really anything else. I know that we took the Skyliner to like the other part of the resort. Because the boys just wanted to ride the Skyliner because we didn't do it at that point yet.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then otherwise I think we just kind of hung out. And that center marketplace if you have nothing else to do, it's kind of nice to just go and sit, because like I said, it resembles like a Caribbean beach resort. Like it does, and it's almost relaxing to just sit there and just. They have the one time I walked in and they had like tambourines going and they had all kinds of stuff. And it is. It makes you feel like you're in a whole different place. Like it is. It's nice. Oh, they also have their games. Like they have scavenger hunts that you can pick up at the front desk. And so we did that at one point whenever we were walking around. We never did find what we were looking for, but that could be our fault. I don't know. But yeah, that was our rest day. We just tried to just stay there and recoup because we were tired.
And the next day was going to be a big day.
I'll second that. On our last day, before we left for the trip, we sat in Caribbean Beach for like hours, just taking in the ambiance.
It was just a really nice place to relax. I really enjoyed it. It was very peaceful.
So that brings us into the second half of the trip, and this is where things started to unravel. So I'll get us up to speed. Kaitlyn and I think we rode Guardians. Oh, we got group 2 for Guardians, and that was a huge deal. That's the earliest group we had ever gotten.
Yeah.
So we went to go ride that.
Where are we? We're at Epcot now?
We are at Epcot, right. And you guys went to go ride Ratatouille, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And when we left Ratatouille, we saw them getting in line.
Yes. So we rode Ratatouille first, then went to Guardians for our early group, and then we met up with them. They went to Ratatouille, and then we met up at Guardians.
Because we did a lightning lane. Individual lightning lane.
That was pretty much the extent of the good vibes, because then we rode Guardians.
Okay. So there's 2 things that I want to say before we start the actual day. First thing is, let's go back to the mobility issue. If you have somebody in your group that does not get around well, rent the scooter. Just pay the money. I think it's like $100. I don't know. Rent it. It will be a game changer for you. Everybody's on them. You do have to be careful because people will not stop, I feel like. But rent the scooter. It is 100% worth it. It will save your whole trip potentially. I wish that we would have rented the scooter for like at least 2 more days out of the whole time. That was the only day we rented it for our one person, and I felt like that day went a lot smoother for at least her.
Yeah.
My second thing is we skipped over just the Skyliner. Taking that to a park rather than the bus Like you've said before, like the Skyliner is iconic, man. Like
Beautiful.
Love it.
it was amazing. Like getting up, and sometimes the line was long, but that line moves fast because everything's
does.
moving. Like you don't have to really worry about. I was very worried about the line because I was really worried. I heard about the other 2 resorts, like Pop Century and stuff, that the line like gets really long. And I was really nervous for some reason that I thought everybody would just like come over to ours and stack it up.
We did too.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. We got on, I don't know. There was only one time when we were going to the next place that we had to wait, but this one, it was great. There's like air movement. You're just floating in the air. Highly recommend. Even our dad is afraid of heights, and he was like, I'm not riding that. And it's enclosed, and he was good. Ride it. Absolutely, 100%. Even if you're not like on the loop or whatever, like go to take it because it's worth it. But
I remember being so concerned about
Yeah.
your dad because he said he didn't want to ride it, and we're like,
He said he was going to ride the bus, and I was like, I don't think there is a
no
bus to Epcot.
I
Like,
don't think so.
you take the Skyliner, or you end up having to go to like another resort and then taking like, and I was like, okay, I don't trust him to do that. So
No,
It's-
I don't think he would have made it. So no, Skyliner it was 1,000% worth it. If you have somebody that's like afraid of heights, don't really worry. I mean, I don't want to say about them, but we didn't worry. It was fine.
Yeah.
We had the same problem with Ratatouille. So if again you have a little kid that's afraid of rides, had the same thing. My husband Dave and him stayed. They did not ride Ratatouille. Which I kind of wish that we would have tried the rider swap on that one because it was
Yeah.
a really fun ride, and we had a really good time. But that one also, I don't know if you guys can explain it more, but the park, like, so you get those extra hours, like in the before the park opens, if you like stay on at the resort or in the
Yes.
bubble.
early entry.
But like Ratatouille didn't open until the park opened. So like I feel like maybe that sometimes it doesn't work out. I don't know. I'm not sure how that worked, but I know that we stood in line for like that whole time.
I will say, so Ratatouille did open before the park opened, but I think we were like 4th in line for
We were,
Ratatouille
like,
that day.
okay.
in the front.
And the ride broke down
Oh, maybe that was it then.
for like 15 minutes. And in addition to it breaking down, the ride had phasing errors
Well, maybe
throughout,
that was it
like,
then.
It
You
was
can
having
edit
a
this
rough
out.
day.
like you would stay in front and you'd watch the same scene almost twice before you moved, like, and they probably shut the
That's
ride down
probably it.
until
Okay,
9 o'clock.
I take it back. I'm sorry. Take it back. Don't worry about what I said.
Um,
But let's see. So we did Ratatouille.
Do you want to talk about the motion sickness at
We went
Guardians?
to Guardians. First off, Guardians, we got September.
Oh, yeah.
We had a whole conversation about this before we got on the ride. We're like, we've been on this ride so many times. We've always wanted September. We never get it.
I gave the percentages. I was like, yeah, it's like a 0.08 or a 1% chance. Like, you have no chance. Literally gets on the ride, and then you just hear, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da," and I'm just screaming, yeah!
We were so excited. That took it was like here, and then my trip just went up. I was so excited that we got September.
Yes.
That
but-
might have been my peak. That was better
Yeah.
than the wedding day.
There you go. See, there was trip. Yeah. We did have one family member that gets really motion sick really quick, and he did not enjoy that ride. And so which row is it? Is it row 9 that you're not supposed to get?
and I think
It was row
they
9.
got
He was assigned row 9,
So
and I
we
think
switched.
We had to
swapped.
switch, yeah.
We swapped. It didn't help though.
But like, I remember the rest of that day cascaded from there, because then like you had to calm down and like get not motion sick, and like that got coupled with a slow moving group. We had a reservation at Space 220, and the group moved so slow and we were already delayed, so we had to go ahead of the group and try and get the reservation so we didn't lose it. So like
we tried to squeeze in a Spaceship Earth right before our lunch reservation.
we did, and that broke down.
yeah,
like
we were pushing it to get to Space 220 on time.
we were falling apart. Nothing was going right, but that led us into Space 220. So give us your thoughts on Space 220 for you and the kids.
All right. Our family, I know I've said that a million times. You gotta like have like a count of like how many times I say that because it's too many. We love space. Like we are really big into NASA
Big space family.
and SpaceX. Like we watch the rocket launches. Like we watch all that stuff. So when Space 220 was an option, which is not on the dining plan.
It is
correct?
not.
It was not on the dining plan. So
and it's expensive.
We chose to do it anyways because we really wanted to experience that. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. You're in a spaceship? Are you kidding me? I need to do it. I'm gonna say it might be unpopular. I thought it was overrated.
We've been there twice. You pay for the experience.
Yeah, and I was upset with like, I don't know. I would have liked more space things happening. I'm gonna be honest.
It was very like, yeah, you got a little satellite going here and a little astronaut going there, but there's not like, you know how in like Rainforest Cafe, like you have like big thunder that comes down and like I can't think of another Disney restaurant, but like Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, there's something that happens every hour. There's nothing that happens every hour. It's just satellite.
And it did not keep my boys' attention for more than like 10 seconds. Like they were like, okay, cool. And I would keep telling them like there was a dog, I think that was like floating by like in a space costume. And I was like, keep watching. And it didn't go well. I will say the food wasn't bad.
It doesn't save it though.
No, it was fine. No, I probably wouldn't do it again.
I will say I got Wagyu beef as my appetizer.
The tartare.
And I did not know it was going to be raw. And I powered through it because I felt like I was wasting my money if I didn't eat it.
Yeah.
My steak, we both got the I think the ribeye steak or the New York strip. Once again, it wasn't bad. It wasn't our favorite steak. It was probably, out of all the steaks we had, it was probably our least favorite. Like I said, fries were good, but you're paying like $60 for steak and fries that are just okay.
It wasn't worth the cost.
It was in the atmosphere. I mean, it was cool, but it was one of those where you could take. The how you get there is really cool though. I will say, like the elevator, I guess that you take. Yeah. But like they do it so it looks like you're leaving Earth and going up. I did think that was really cool. It was really awkward though when the whole group left. And I had to do something. I either like went to the bathroom or I had to pay the check or whatever. I don't remember what I was doing. But I was the only one that had to go back down. And there was like two other like groups of people. So it was just like me and them. And it was really weird. But because like I was just like going back to Earth with them. It was really weird. But yeah, I would say if you are not into space, just skip it. Like it wasn't really worth it.
And then after Space 220, like we split up. I don't think we did too many things. We might have done a few rides together, but once again, in like the heat of the day, the family was already tired. We were getting slower. Yeah. Like
we I think went to go eat around the world.
We did, and the grumpiness was very evident through everyone that people were getting tired. Yeah. And we all met up for Beer Garden. Mm-hmm.
Which was such a fun time. I loved Beer Garden.
Honestly, I would say that was the saving grace of that day because that was the only restaurant where we all finally got to eat together. Yeah. All 11 of us.
So I will also, I don't know, I will give another maybe unpopular opinion. It might be popular to like Disney adults though, is that Epcot is not for children. I
don't think that's unpopular. I think that's
we felt that we probably wouldn't do it again with kids. There were a lot of dirty looks that we got, like not from like people working there, but from like other adults. We had one. I don't know. I hope that this blows up and this guy listens because we had an older male and probably his like wife or something that were on a bench, and I clearly sat like 3 people away, I would say at least. But we were tired. We were annoyed. The boys were just done with the day. We sat down and I could hear the guy say something of like, I guess these people don't know personal space. And it just like, it took me and I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I don't like it anymore. I want to go home. Like I'm done. And so I wish that we would have done a half day on Epcot, which I know people say like, no, you can do a full day. And as adults, absolutely. You can 1000% do a full day, but if you've got kids, I would say half a day. Do like, if you can, Guardians. You can do like the Space 220 if you want, and like a couple other things.
Living with the Land.
Kids wouldn't like that.
No, they wouldn't. But at least it's relaxing and the kids can do it.
Yeah, Epcot was not for us. We did not, but the German place was great.
Yeah, so Beer Garden, and for those of you that don't know about Beer Garden, it's in the Germany Pavilion. It is a little, I mean, it is, I don't want to say hole in the wall, but it's like kind of hidden where it is.
It's a
like,
hidden gem.
it's where, it actually is where they were going to put a ride in the German Pavilion, and it's like half of where that ride was going to be. It is a buffet, and it's all German-inspired food. It's in a huge, like, dining seating area. It's got 2 levels to it. You've got a German-style band.
Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah.
They were amazing. Our waiter was amazing.
We got beers.
We got beers. German beers were very good.
Yeah.
The staff was very friendly, very interactive. That place was more interactive than Space 220 was.
Yes, and I will say, I was, you guys I'm sure knew, but I was not under the understanding that everybody that worked in Epcot in different lands were from those lands.
Yeah.
Like, I did not realize that. I just figured they had great accents. But once, like, I realized that these people were actually from Germany, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then I was really concerned about the Space 220 people, but...
I'll tell you, this wasn't on the family trip, but along those same lines, going into the France Pavilion, we ate at Chefs de France, which is like, it's not the super signature dining restaurant, but it's like a pretty fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
We had a waiter from France, and I was scared to order anything off that menu in fear
So intimidated.
that he was going to make fun of me for saying something French wrong or ordering something that wasn't, because I ordered the ratatouille because I wanted to finally see what it was like. I was so nervous he was going to judge me like, you really came to this really nice restaurant in front of a French waiter and ordered the movie food. But
yes, I did.
let me tell you, it was one of the best dishes I've
Really?
ever eaten. And he was a very good waiter and very nice.
I remember we ordered wines, and we don't know anything about wine because we're not cultured. And we were like, what should we get? And he was like, oh, this one's dry, and this is a fruit wine. And I was like, we'll just take whatever you recommend. That's good.
We were very intimidated, but not every place is like that. And you do not need to feel like that. Like I said, the Beer Garden waiter was like very go with the flow, and he was probably the easiest bill we had, even though we got into a little bit of an argument with the whole like paying the bill and stuff like that. But
we talked about like we were like kind of understanding the dining plan at this point. Well, this is where we forgot how to use it because it got confusing again. And for all of those reasons, we would never recommend doing the dining plan.
But
I feel like we wasted it too. Like you guys might not have because you got there and you did meals, but I left with probably like 15 credits.
We left, oh gosh.
Like snacks and everything. Like
I think we left with like 1 or 2 credits.
But we kind of had to like force ourselves to use them because we didn't want them to go to waste.
Well, and that's the thing too is that you're so hot, you don't realize how much you're not going to eat down there.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of snacks too that I was paying for at the beginning because I didn't think that they were included on the dining plan. And I just feel like it, you buy your tickets and it says, do you want a dining plan or not? And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I'll pay for it ahead of time, because then I don't have to pay for it later. But in reality, it would have just been better just to save up money and then just use it down there, because I probably would have spent less.
But that was day 4, because I think you guys left pretty much after that. And then I think we watched the final. That was Epcot. So that brings us to the final day of the trip. It was Hollywood Studios. I believe that was the one day that you guys decided we are gonna rope drop. Like, you're gonna get there as early as possible. If I remember right.
I do remember going early. We probably had, because we did lightning lanes for that one.
We did.
We only did lightning lanes for Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think we probably had something right in the beginning of the day where I was like, we have to get there. We have to. But I will tell you that if I went back to Disney World, I love Hollywood Studios. I do.
Yeah, it's funny because Hollywood Studios right now is one of my least favorites. I love Hollywood Studios, but right now it's one of my least favorites. Now, that's probably going to change because they've stripped Animal Kingdom so bare because they're getting rid of Dinosaur and they got rid of all this stuff and they're still constructing. So it's probably third now. But it's a good park.
I really like it, yeah.
Why can't I remember,
Well, I will tell you what I remember, and that is no shade.
Yeah.
It's a really hot park.
No shade at all. Toy Story Land, you're melting. You're melting like the plastic army men.
I think
So hot.
I think you guys tried to go to Slinky Dog Dash in the beginning of the day.
Yeah. We never made it.
The lightning lane's booked up.
Yeah, there was no shade.
Yeah.
It made it miserable, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cool. It was really cool to look. And I think Toy Story at night would be really cool. I think we might have even walked through it at night.
We did.
It was. Oh, because we did the one. We did the Buzz or...
Toy Story Mania.
Yes, we did that at night.
Because our lightning lane, like the ride went
broken.
down earlier in the day, so we came back at night,
Yes.
and that was the last ride of the night.
Yeah, that was perfect. I remember it being as hot as can be with absolutely no shade and no place to sit because they were doing construction at the Andy's lunchbox, Woody's lunchbox.
Woody's lunchbox.
Woody's
Yeah.
lunchbox. So there was, people were fighting each other for tables. I sat down at a table and a lady threw her purse at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And she was trying to save the table, so she was throwing it, but I caught it and then I just handed it back to her. And I felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, you're still in line. I'm going to sit here. And I told her, I was like, I'll eat fast. And she's like, uh-huh. And I was like, no, she's right. Like, I'm not going to eat fast.
Man, I swear they got a
my
lot more
goodness.
interesting experience with the general public of Florida than we did.
But I will say, though, I'm trying to think of, the other stuff that we did at Hollywood Studios.
That was the day.
Star Wars Land was early.
Star Wars
Yes.
Land. That's what, yes. Because we're also a Star Wars family.
We are.
Yes.
Yes.
And I remember Dad, I think 4 of us rode Smuggler's Run. Dad was big fan of the Millennium Falcon and a big fan of the ride. He thought that was really
he loves
cool.
Smuggler's Run.
What did you think of Rise of the Resistance?
Well, here's the thing, though, is that we didn't get to experience the whole beginning of it. Remember?
Yeah, that's
part of it
true.
was down. Surprise. Part of it was down. So we just kind of bypassed to the stormtroopers. We didn't get that whole beginning part.
Which didn't exactly
It didn't make any sense. He went from rock to space station.
It didn't, but let me tell you what. Walking in to a room full of full-size stormtroopers is one of the craziest things I've experienced, I think, in my life. I mean, that's it just, you never thought it would happen. You watch them on TV all the time. They're full size. It's not, it was crazy. There's real stormtroopers, standing there. That was what it's like.
The ride in Disneyland, their heads move. The stormtroopers.
Yeah, at Disney World, they were just standing, just
still.
stationary.
You're looking at all the stormtroopers. In Disneyland, their heads move.
I don't know why I thought they were real people.
Wait,
I don't know.
You thought they just
so
all stood there
real.
for hours in that line?
They're cast members, of course.
oh no. She
don't
was
know.
today years old.
Well, okay, but their heads move in Disneyland?
Yes.
Cool.
They
They look so real, okay? Well, some of them moved. Some of them are real people.
No.
Okay, well, anyway. But that was the morning. Love Star Wars Land.
Yeah, I did. Here's the thing, too, is that if you have this many people, like, that range in these ages, this was going to be one of our, like, this was our almost like our one and done trip. Like, we wanted to cram as many things as possible. So, like, we wanted to cram as many rides as we could and at good food. But if you can, space it out so you have time to look around, because we didn't really get to look around like we did at Star Wars Land, but we didn't. Like, I feel like I missed a whole bunch of stuff that I could go back and see for the first time.
That that was we talked about how things kind of unraveled at Epcot. The continuation of Unravel continued at Hollywood Studios. There was a lot of complaints of, we're going too fast, we can't see anything. Unfortunately, if you want to experience everything, you have got to just go, go, go. You don't have a chance. If you spend too much time in Star Wars Land, you're going to miss an entire thing because you're not going to be able to get everything done throughout the day. And that was a big complaint from a lot of the family. It wasn't just one person. It was a lot. Like, why are we moving on? Like, why are we going so fast? Because if you want to do everything, you have got to keep moving. And listen, I get it. I totally do. But we wanted you guys. You're not going to be down there every single month like we are.
Right.
We need you guys to experience everything before you leave.
I felt a little bad because I really pushed the group that day.
You had to, though.
Because when we went at Epcot, I felt like I was trying to make up for time because we went a little slower at Epcot. So with Hollywood Studios, with it being our last day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get on as much things as we can. So I think when we were doing Magic Kingdom the first time, I was a little bit more like, oh, like, you tell me what you want to do and I'll book the Lightning Lane. I just did it and said, okay, we're going here. And the way that Lightning Lanes work is you can't always do it exactly like right next to the park or where you are in the park. So a lot of times you're just like jumping around. And so trying to do that with 11 people varying in age groups is difficult because sometimes you got to move fast. I remember we did, I think it was the Indiana Jones show, and then like we were late to our Oga's Cantina reservation.
That's right.
And I was like, too bad. We just got to book it and go. And we made it, but I don't think people were very happy about it. And honestly, like, I don't blame them at all. But we did get a lot done that day.
We did. I guess highlights before we get to dinner. Mickey and Minnie's train.
Yes.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We had another sort of meltdown. But that was pretty much it. Then we went to Toy Story Land, and Slinky Dog Dash was like a 4-hour wait, so we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
We had a Lightning Lane for Toy Story Mania, but that was down, and we were hiding underneath the kiosks for shade.
It was, there was no shade.
And like we said, the Lightning Lane broke down, and then we all tried to get at Woody's lunchbox, but we all couldn't eat together because like there was such a long line, and it took forever for people to get their food.
Yeah.
And then I had to order for Dad on his menu. Like we were all ordering for each other. It was just a mess.
Yeah. I will say though, that we got to do Tower of Terror together.
Yes.
Which I really enjoyed.
That was very fun.
And I will say out of like all the rides, I like the Hollywood Studios one's probably best. Like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Train. Like that was my oldest. That was his favorite. Again, my youngest didn't ride it, but you know, again, you just have to be flexible. And if they don't want to, they don't want to. You know, like it's don't let it ruin your like everybody else's trip. Like just either skip it or switch people out. Like that's what you got to do.
The final aspect, as far as I know, of the trip in that day was the Sci-Fi Drive-In.
Yes.
Talk about the Sci-Fi Drive-In, what you liked, what you didn't like.
Yes. First off, if your kids are younger, don't go because they will be traumatized by what they see on the TV. Even though like it's obvious, it's not terrible. Like it's like alien, like people getting eaten and stuff, and it can be. I know my youngest, I think both boys were not. They were like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
But it was very cool because it is like you're sitting at a drive-in and you're watching like what 1950s.
Yeah, it's like movie trailers or something.
Movie trailers, yeah. So it's not like a movie, and you're seeing the same trailers over and over again. But it is like you're at like a drive-in, which is really cool. I don't really remember the food too much, but I don't think it was bad.
I thought their burgers are good. They're not great. Yeah. We both got the chicken salad, and it was okay. Once again, it's like Space 220. I think you pay more for the ambiance than you ever do for the food.
For sure. But that one was cool. The only thing is it's like the cars are like 3 people, maybe 4 you could squeeze in.
Yeah.
It
Your
was
dad
really
had to sit by
hard.
himself.
Yeah, like it was really difficult to try to get people together. But again, if you're only a family of like 2 or 4, it would be nice and easy
Yeah.
to do.
And you're not like looking at each other in the car either. Like,
No,
you're all facing
you're all
the
facing
same way.
Yeah, it was kind of different, but no, I thought it was good. Yeah, and then we also built our own lightsabers, which was really cool.
Yes.
Because they do range. Like, so you don't have to get this $500 lightsaber. Like, you can literally build one that was like $40 up to like however much money you want to spend. But we got 2, and the people that worked there, the cast members that worked there, were phenomenal with helping little kids do it. And so they were able to pick out all the pieces of their lightsaber and the color and what sound it made and like all this stuff. Maybe not what sound it made, but they were like the handle, the button, everything. And then they helped them put them together, which was really, really cool. So that really put like a positive spin on the rest of the day, and we still have them and they still work. So, I mean,
That's a plus.
that
is
is
a plus.
huge, for how many times those things have been hit on things and people. Yes, that is a plus.
One thing I want to add on to Sci-Fi Drive-In, the experience I think goes down if you have a long, like if you're waiting for your food for a long time, because once because I think there's a 50-minute to an hour runtime. I think it's like a 50-minute runtime on the trailers. If you're waiting a long time for food and the trailers restart again and you're watching the same trailer for the second time, then it becomes less of a novelty and more annoying.
Yeah.
Like, please just get me out of here. I'm watching the same exact show. Like, we waited so long that we watched the same trailer, the early part, 3 times.
Yeah, it was a little much.
And I was getting annoyed beyond belief. But that was the trip as a whole. That was Monday through Friday, because the next day we left, and I think you guys left super early.
We did, yeah.
They were like home and unpacked before we had even left the state of Florida.
Yeah. But to end this segment, we're gonna do a little fun rapid fire question for Mandy here. Just some fun little 1-word answers, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. This is our first time doing this segment, so we'll see where it leads. And I'll just do stuff. Just think of the first thing that comes to your head.
And I want to say before that, like, I know we went through all of the things that we could have done better, but the trip altogether was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was a great trip.
I had a great trip. I thought that honestly it couldn't have been done better.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we were able to all do what we wanted to do and survive. Props.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever perfect, and nothing's ever going to go the way that you go. We still did everything we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, like, we've been grumpy at times on a trip. Like,
It was a great trip.
Yeah.
saying that it's unraveling. Like, listen, in the heat of the moment, it's rough.
And, like,
but like overall, you look back and like it's a great time.
And what do you expect when you have such a large group? Like, it's going to be hard to navigate, a lot of people. So the fact that we were all able to have a good time and everyone was able to do at least something they wanted to do, that means it was a great trip.
Yeah.
All right, with
Let's
that,
do it.
here we go. Best park.
Hollywood Studios.
Best restaurant.
Topolini's, is that what it's called?
Topolino's.
Topolino's.
Topolini.
Best food.
Best.
Could be a snack, could be a dish.
Mickey Pretzel.
Okay. Best ride.
I'm going to say, I know it's one word. I would say Tron if it was longer, but I'm going to say Rise of the Resistance.
Worst ride.
I should have said People Mover for the last one. I take it back. People Mover was the worst ride.
Worst ride.
I wish I would have known. I would have thought about it. Pirates.
I knew she was going to say
That's
that.
fair.
Only because of the situation.
Worst restaurant.
I'm trying to remember all of the ones that we went to.
You got Liberty Tree Tavern, Centertown Market.
Steakhouse, no. Topolini's, no.
Space 220.
I'm gonna say, I'll say Space 220 because it was just like meh.
Yeah.
I would ask this question, but I'm assuming worst park was Animal Kingdom, or it could have been Epcot.
I'm gonna say Epcot because Animal Kingdom could have been better if I would have just knew what I was doing.
That's fair. Best kids moment.
Probably them seeing the stormtroopers and then riding that ride that they really liked it.
Worst kids moment.
Pirates.
Worst overall moment.
Worst overall moment.
Could be a personal moment.
Well, I would say getting on the bus to go back to the hotel when it was 1,000,000% crammed.
Best overall moment.
Can I say Topolini's again?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Amazing.
A couple more. Would you go back?
Yes.
And would you go back within 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years?
Probably 5 years because then the boys would be old enough to ride all the big rides and be more willing to ride rides.
That's fair. Last question. Have you thought about a Disneyland trip?
I have not. Which I will say is funny because my favorite princess is Sleeping Beauty and I have always wanted to see her castle. But I've always just thought Disneyland was just an amusement park and I've never thought about ever going to it.
There is not a Disney bubble there, I'll tell you that.
It's
It's
different.
very different.
Yeah.
But
Well, I can
But you
tell
never know.
Ever since we went, I think we need to do the Disney trip part 2.
we
out
we
to
would
California.
definitely plan a lot more different than
Yeah.
we did with Disney World. But with that being said, I'd like to thank Mandy for being here,
Yay!
for being our
Thank you.
first guest and our special guest. Please come back on the podcast at any point if you have any more things to say. With that, please like and subscribe. We thank you guys for listening.
Don't forget to check out ICU Thriving.
Yay!
Check out Mandy's podcast. She has really great content about nursing and ICU.
If you have any other comments about what you liked, what you didn't like on this show, or if you have any comments or suggestions for any future shows, please let us know in the comments. But with that, I'm Jeff.
I'm Kaitlyn.
I'm Mandy.
And we will see you next time on Main Street Game Plan.
See you real
Bye.
soon.
Bye.